Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Darkest Dungeon Let's Play. So, we've made it to week 3. We've collected some new guys. We have put Serena, our Vestal, in for some meditation and tranquility, and we're going to just upgrade the Forge. This lets us get better equipment, which gives us better base stats for our characters. So you can see underneath Reynold there's a little cross sword and the shield. That's his like weapons and armor.
Our soldiers must be ready.
And then the guild basically lets us upgrade our skills. So in hindsight, training regimen would have been better. It makes them cheaper to buy. Especially when your character's level 1, they can upgrade their skills once and 2 twice and so on. And it just makes their skills better, or they can unlock other skills that they didn't have unlocked. So for example, point blank shot, really good ability for dismiss. And then down a bit lower we have the duelist advance. So with those two, you're able to basically be in second position, jump forward to first, and then the first position, the point blank shot, fires a lot of damage, but then you're pushed back 1. So a really good combo. And as well as that, the duelist advance puts a counter tag on Dismiss, so whenever he's attacked, he counter attacks. These other abilities for Reynold, Inspiring Cry is a good like heal and stress heal, and like that we have 10,000 gold, but it's going to quickly vanish once we get through all these different bits and pieces. And so when you have more than 4 abilities, you kind of just have to deselect them in your hotbar and put them down. And now this one is the kind of the front 2, Plague, and the Battlefield Medicine is also really good. So front Plague, back Plague, healing, and damage buff. And that's basically what I'm going to be working on with them. With Serena, the Divine Grace is good, but like the party heal, you know, getting a heal on all party members for a turn is just really, really powerful. Dazzling Light is good, and Judgment. Like, I'm not going to get anything else for her. Those are all fine. And we need to basically put our Plague Doctor into the Sanatorium. And we add these characters here. And basically, we're going to just bring a bunch of these out on a mission. Because I already explained that this playthrough, obviously, I've been playing Darkest Dungeon on Steam for a while now. Like, I've had the game a long while. And so when it comes to trophy collections, I actually have a lot of them. So for these few episodes, I want to try and 1, beat the game, but 2, get as many trophies as I can. Now, I was trying to put her into the bar, but she has a negative quirk, meaning that with her enlightened, that's now locked in and very bad. She will only go to the Abbey for stress relief. And the problem is, you see the little gentleman guy, he basically is going to be taking up one of the slots. So we would have been in big trouble if that guy ended up taking up the slot of the cloister. Would have been really bad, because we wouldn't have been able to let her de-stress for the week. Now, with all of this then, we're in trouble, because we're after spending an awful lot of money. The stagecoach is empty. So realistically, I'm just going to put together a quick team, and we're going to try and run through the ruins. So, Dismiss and Reynold, they've kind of had enough, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they've done enough battles for now. The Barbarian, or the Hellion, which is basically a Barbarian, they're really good in the front row, and the Houndmaster is good. Now, realistically, this is my, in hindsight 2020, I should have brought Serena. Should have brought a healer. It was arrogant to not bring a healer. And always bring a shovel. That's all I'm going to say. Always bring at least 1 or 2 shovels. But we collect some torches, and now we're down to 1,000 before even really getting any keys or whatever else. But the reality is we don't need keys. There's not very many chests in the Wield, but there are tons of obstacles. Tons of obstacles. It's just part of that. Like each area has different
Corruption has soaked the soil,
locales.
sapping all good life from these
The
groves.
Wield is good for
Let us
bleed
burn
characters.
out
They
this
all
evil.
bleed very, very easily. They're quite resistant
A handsome
to
reward for a
blight.
task well performed.
So our 2 stress casters, there they are. We got a dodge, that was good. The Hellion, her second ability, Iron Swan, when she's in first she can hit the last for high damage there. And the Dirk Stab is a first 3 rows, move forward 1, so like not bad at all. And the whole thing with the Jester is all their different abilities give boosts
Precision and
to
power.
their finale ability. So he has finale, and basically it takes all the different boosts from all of the other skills that were applied, and then does massive damage, high chance to crit. It's like a boss killer, you know? Now, if only we could hit anything. They all have really high dodge. So this isn't great. And they also have like horror, which basically generates fear over time, which
As the
isn't
fiend
great.
falls, a faint hope
Houndmaster
blossoms.
is gonna just boost the party. But the problem here is that I've Dirk stabbed way too much.
Limits.
And now the Hellion is like way too far back to be effective. So what I really need to do probably is finale, but I probably won't. And if like that's so annoying, if the Hellion hadn't been hit by that pull, would have literally done great work there. Finale, yeah. He's pushed back 3, so now the Hellion is in second, so that's not bad. The Houndmaster is actually able to give bleed to everything, so that's pretty good. But my worry is that we don't have much in the way of healing, and these things hit quite hard. So realistically, instead of Houndmaster,
Great is the weapon
should have
that
been
cuts on its own.
Serena, just to keep our Hellion and our Man-at-Arms topped up. Guard Dog is pretty good. 10 dodge and protection. Stress healing probably wasn't the best decision there. As I say, I do these commentaries after the fact, so it's like looking back being like, how could I have improved things? Probably just continuing to hit would have been in general good. And as I say, we now had that protection, so the Hellion was going to be hit, but the Houndmaster took the attack there. Realistically, probably should have done another boost of his guard dodge, give him plus 20 dodge. We'll see. Yeah, they're just missing. It's really not great. The amount that they're
Confidence
missing.
surges as the enemy crumbles.
And like the torch is up
As
high.
the light
It's not as
gains
if
purchase,
we're in
spirits are
trouble
lifted, and purpose is
vision-wise.
made clear.
moving her into the front for her Iron Swan. And into the next room. Nothing, so continue forward. And yeah, this was the massive
yourself.
mistake.
victim to the spreading corruption.
Huge stress.
Misintent.
And now an awful encounter at low light. AoE stress. Like, and after just crumbling through the yeah. So realistically, if this is a takeaway for anything, it's that your provisions can literally ruin a run. And I think the run was realistically ruined at this point. The light kept going down. I could have just been going to my inventory and lighting it up with better torchlight. And my party comp was miserable. Like, absolutely miserable. Like, not having Serena or some sort of proper healer was just a really foolish decision. And the Man-at-Arms can't hit anything. So the Man-at-Arms should have just been buffing, putting like a protection on.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
And now we get completely dragged out of position. And now the Man-at-Arms at the very back. So we'll probably not be able to do anything.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And dodge it again. My goodness. Really not good. And we've very little trinkets wise. Yeah, like this just really wasn't the group to go experimenting with.
The blood quickens.
And now he is going to be tested. So when you reach 100 stress, you'll either become virtuous and get a boost, or you're more likely going to suffer a breakdown and going to then be in a negative spiral and negatively impacting your fellow party members. So it's not great. It's like 95% chance to hit, 24% chance to crit. Like, there's literally a 1 in 4 chance that she's getting a critical hit, and we're still getting misses, getting whatever else.
Teetering on the brink, facing the
And
abyss.
now we're at this fun time where she's hit 0 hit points, which means she basically every time she gets hit from now on, there's a chance that she will just die. So what I should have done was guard dog the Hellion. So, you know, should have definitely just have been attacking at this point. Like, there's no fixing this now. Should have just been doing damage as much as we can. There's a trophy for getting hit 5 times on Death's Door and surviving, so that could have been a potentially good one, but once you heal once, you are off Death's Door and you can take damage again and be dropped to Death's Door one more time. So there's that, but once again, should have been attacking. Should have been getting more damage.
Press this advantage. Give them no
So
quarter.
crit, stress heal, she gets a buff as well. We just keep missing, guys. We just keep missing, and I don't know what more I can be giving my party members to help them like hit better. Probably just need more trinkets. It's probably not the best party comp anyway, but yeah, like the Hellions are just little crit machines. They have little defense, but like high.
Success so clearly in
And
view.
if we just fill ourselves up with some food,
Or is it merely a trick of the
we
light?
get a little bit of HP back. But this really should be just a moment to kind of sit back and say, okay, your party needs to synergize.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
So what this is saying is that when you are completely torchless, the item rewards increase dramatically. And luckily we still had some food, but hunger checks are stressful as well. And in complete darkness, your stress just accumulates way too much. And your chance of being surprised by enemies goes mad. Oh, and that's great to know that the whistle reduces protection. That would have been great to kind of read through your skills. If in theory we could like drop him down to very low stress. But at this point, the Jester's gone. Jester's a lost cause. He's only going to stress all of our other characters out, which isn't great. Now, these slimes, they aren't the strongest, but they can kind of reform themselves, which is annoying.
Be gone, fiend.
But they're not strong by any means. Like they're fragile. And if we can get another, yeah, the move is probably the wrong move as well. Probably should have kept attacking. And can this guy hit, please?
Slowly, gently. This is how
Yeah,
life
so
is
then
taken.
they're able to regenerate the corpses, which is really annoying. And if we just get the Hellion to hit, we'll be doing great. Scouting is good. Scouting basically means that we can never be
Remind
surprised.
yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
And we've got a bit of
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
and like that's what's so funny is that now this would have been a game changer. I could have used the medicinal herbs to get like 8 more food, which means I could have fed all my party members, gotten them at much higher HP values, and you know that quirk from the other guy that maybe ruined it. Maybe it was part of the reason it was ruined this run. And just not hitting. But you see, her actually is down because she was at death's door. That's the main issue here. And what kills me now is that these things carry rabies, hence the name Rabid Bite. And now our man at arms has bleed and rabies. So his stats are going to be dropped as well, and it's just the slow incursion of
unforgiving
negative stats upon negative stats upon negative stats, you know? Just disempowering our party members slowly but surely as we venture through the dungeon. It's really not good.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
No, just trying to eat something with him. This is me just floundering, and like I don't even move the Hellion. Like that's what's even more ridiculous. I didn't move the Hellion further up.
Death
And of course,
waits
critical bleed,
for the
critical bleed.
slightest lapse in concentration.
Good AoE bleed there. I can get the little sickle attack.
A devastating blow.
Can get rid of the bleed, so that's good.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism.
And
Or
when they're
cowardice.
in their negative despair, so the Jester literally refused the buff. He was like, no, I don't want it. So yeah, things are gradually getting worse the longer we stay. The good thing about the dogs is they don't leave corpses, I suppose.
Impressive.
All the little boons. God, you see, he just can't hit. And that would have been 2 more HP saved. Like, it's just really not good. It's just really, really not good.
Another one.
And that at least resets our party a little bit. Like, the reality is, there was no shame, really,
But a victory nonetheless.
in abandoning it here. I got a good few resources, crests, busts, but I just sort of said to myself, this next room is probably the last one. And the problem was I ran out of food.
To
And
fall for such a little
everyone just dropped.
bite of bread.
Everyone just dropped. It was literally that last decision. I should have just ended it there. And I said, no. Got a food check. Got a hunger check. And like, I said, okay, no, that's it. We're going to our deaths now at this point. And I just, yeah, once we got the surprise as well, I just was like, right, that's it. It's game over. Now, the interesting thing with the Darkest Dungeon achievement list is that there are achievements for losing your characters in various
The
different
way is
ways.
lit. The path
We're going
is
to witness
clear.
that
Require
in this
only
battle.
strength to follow it.
So
And
now we
now the
bleed,
true
and we're
test.
3 out of 4 on death's door, you know?
Expire.
Gone.
This is no place for the weak.
First
or
of many.
foolhardy.
Trophy got. And our lovely man at arms gets a virtue from the stress of seeing a comrade go down. But I can tell you guys, this is not going to end well. But yeah, the hunger, it was the food. If the man at arms hadn't have gone through the carcass, taken that away from me, I would have had 1 more food, and then I would have definitely had, you know, enough to get by that food check, and probably could have probably gotten through this one.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
And if I had gotten the pull, if they had moved me forward, and if I had lived to the next round, I could have gotten like a different attack in with the Hellion. If he had a hit, that would have killed him. He wouldn't have gotten that extra death door prop. Jeez, he would have probably survived 1 more.
More blood soaks the soil, feeding the evil therein.
And she had a heart attack. That was another one. Stresses of war down. And at this point, yeah, we're just gonna get a 3rd trophy here today, which is experience a full party wipe. And I've just resigned ourselves to that. But I don't know how that's gonna go with our next adventure. We're gonna have the cheating's little to no funds. I'll probably go towards this, just bring a lot of food and a lot of curio interactions, like with the keys and that, and try and just get a good amount of money going. But yeah, it'll definitely be Dismas, Reynold, a Vestal, and something else. But yeah, like if I didn't have the Jester and just had a Vestal, would have had healing, would have done grand. It was just foolish. It was foolish and foolhardy. But look, we lost 3 characters but gained 3 trophies. I don't think it's the worst in the world. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the episode, guys. So look, hopefully you can keep supporting me, even though I'm a disastrously bad Darkest Dungeon player. And hopefully it is worth your time seeing me endure and survive through this chaos. I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a good one, because these guys certainly did not have a good time. Bye bye.
Another life wasted in the pursuit of glory and gold. A setback, but not the end.